clash of two big teams in Group Alpha, MiBR playing against G2. I like this one. I like this game. I thought that MiBR came out and looked pretty good. I like the way that they're approaching this as well. Get Zekken onto the Neon. The stuff that I was worried about with MiBR from kickoff was that they were playing very like basic old-fashioned compositions, and now they're actually leaning more into what's current. So I mess with that.
Yeah, and the Vice as well. Like Vice in the comps looking quite interesting. I think again, Neon Rays is one of those kind of underrated duos that I think people missed out on, and I think that them running it's pretty good. I think that I think they kind of saw. It'll be interesting to see what happens when the inevitable Neon nerf happens. How they're going to approach after that. But right now, in terms of a double duelist kind of angle, I think they've got one of the best kind of reads, to be honest.
What do you think about G2 though? G2 going for Harbor on both maps. Going away from the double duelist look that was working for them, but you could argue it's not a double duelist meta anymore because we've got like 55-60% pick rate at double duelist, so it's not like everyone's doing it, but that was what was working.
Of all the angles that they could go for, like they're a team that has options for double duelist. They have chamber options. They have a lot of different. They could do the Phoenix stuff. Like I would argue, like if I go down the list of players right now, I'm like Valen, Harbor, okay, that's fine. And then I'm looking at Leaf being like, okay, Leaf's one of the best Viper players of all time, in my opinion. Like Harbor Viper, that could be cool. But then there's Harbor Omen, and I'm just like, that's not how it should go, in my opinion. Like I think Viper is the one you want to pair that Harbor with. And Leaf did not look good on that kind of primary controller. Once again, if it was like G2 have come into a stage with an off read, it's not as bad as playing Breach, but it was an off read. The execution was pretty good, but I just think that within a few games or by playoffs, they're not going to be on this anymore.
Yeah, it's strange. I haven't seen anybody else running this kind of thing.
I also think Jog is actually better as a secondary duelist. I would prefer to just have Jog on Phoenix. If they want to go down that route, I would want Jog on Phoenix and then maybe Baby Bay on like Neon or something. He was pretty good on the Vice. That
Pearl look that they had was so nice, where Leaf was running the Veto and Jog was on the Phoenix for that game, and then they never ran it again. I was so sad. They ran
Veto?
I'm not talking recently. I'm talking at kickoff. The only time I remember Jog were playing Phoenix was when they played Pearl with Phoenix Veto, and it was cooking. It was crazy.
Didn't they play it on Haven and Jog was frying every Haven?
Oh yeah, sorry, they were as well. Yeah,
his ACS on like Haven is like 280 or something.
Yeah,
across like 5 games, which is ludicrous. Yeah. So like I thought that was the kind of bread mark that the kind of the template to go forward with almost. The issue is that I think on that map Leaf was having to fail for Yoru maybe. Yeah, Yoru. I think there's some problems with Leaf. Like, I feel like he could just play Chamber too, and there's some kind of... I don't know. It's so interesting. I love G2 so much. Like, one of the teams I used to like really enjoy, and slowly but surely, like, I'm enjoying them less, I feel like. The pivot to double duelist was interesting at the start of this year.
You're describing them like they're a band, and you're not big on their recent albums.
Yeah, it's true. They're recent hits. Like, it does help that, like, producer Anders isn't part of that scene anymore, and I got a lot to say for his production style. It's like I quite like it. But yeah, I'm not as and I like their new genre that they went for, like flipping the style a little bit. The double duelist. It was a weak imitation of Paper Rex, and Paper Rex, platinum selling band. How long could I keep up this
everyone
analogy
loves, Everyone loves the big hits.
The kids
from Paper
love Paper Rex's albums. So I think they've just not hit.
I think they're a bit from what Josh Ortiz said in the interview, and also what we got to see. It just seems like they're trying to figure it out, because they were, they're playing a lot more aggressive. We were talking about how different they look compared to before, going into kickoff. And now what he said was just that even though they did like that aggression and they did like that playstyle, what made G2 good and what made them the G2 that we've known for years is how good they are at playing together, or those quick fights where they need to set things up really quickly. And they didn't have that anymore, because they were sacrificing that for playing fast. So
funnily enough, they actually didn't play off each other. they didn't play off each other that well on split.
Yeah.
Like most of the times where MiBR were outclassing them was where MiBR had better team fighting, and
Exactly.
they ended up breaking up the situation into a bunch of ones for G2. Yeah, but yeah.
So I think they're trying to figure that out. I think that they're trying to figure out what the balance is between how they used to play and also how fast and aggressive they want to play now.
I think that they if you watch G2's games with the double duelists in Americas where they're just like stomping people, but like it was almost like watching AI try, like if you fed AI Paper X VODs or like an alien and told them you now need to replicate this, and like they mistranslated it. That's what G2 was playing like. They didn't.
Right.
They were just solo running it down constantly, and like.
But also,
purposefully,
that means that Americas is bad enough that they lose to AI Paper Rex, which it's true. It's a true read from you, but like that's an indictment of Americas as well, that they can't force G2 to play better.
I think at that time, just playing the double duelist aggressively was enough. Yeah, I don't know. It was almost like there was a missed opportunity to truly develop as a team in that moment. Instead, they went for the 110% option of just like inting all the time. Like it was like Josh asked them to int.
I'm sure he did, actually. I think he probably wanted it to be a learning moment for him.
I didn't think that that's a good way to do it, though, because I don't think they've actually truly understood the limits. They've just had one option, and now they don't have that option anymore.